Thank you.
Up next, we have Dawn Weber, Director of Advisory.
Hello, I am Dawn Weber, the Director of Advising, and I'm happy to introduce, we have 3 new employees to our team, one of which is not here tonight, so they'll be introduced at the next meeting. Very glad to have new staff. We're extremely busy in the Advising Center. Just to let you know that we've been doing drop-in advising for 5-week period, and we're open to extended hours until 5:30 every night, and we've seen it very exciting at the same time. So we have hired 2 new success coaches and our very first full-time program assistant to manage the advising lobby and the front desk. And I have our 2 newest success coaches with us today. That brings us up to a total of 6 student success coaches. The first is Chris Ozier in the back here. Chris. Chris started with the Advising Center in July to support our business and technology programs. Our coaches are aligned by academic pathway. But Chris has been with Olympic College for almost 2 years as both a Welcome Center navigator and a financial aid outreach navigator. So he has a lot of experience that he brings to us in financial aid and enrollment processes. He has a bachelor's degree in Spanish language and cultures with a minor in applied computing from UW-Tacoma and a master's in global education from Arizona State University. He studied abroad in Spain and Peru. And as a Spanish speaker, he's a really great asset to our advising center. He also is extremely calm and cool, has a great energy, and we are very that we really need right now. The next student success coach is Marla Thompson. Very excited to have Marla. She started with us in August, supporting our social sciences and humanities division. She just moved here from Georgia. She started dropping during our fall drop-in season. So this is literally our busiest time of year in our office, and we threw her in to the fire, and she's been doing amazing. She's also very calm, very eager to learn and picking up things so quickly. She has a bachelor's in speech communication and a master's in communication studies at Eastern Illinois University. Prior to OC, she worked as a professor of communication at Middle Georgia State University, and she also did a lot of advising in that role. She has taught first-year experience in student success courses, so we are going to draw on her knowledge as we redesign our new student orientation experience. And about her, she loves to read. If she's not doing here, she's probably reading, and she said that if she was not doing this job, she'd probably be a librarian. So, yeah. So that's our 2 of our new team, and I'll bring our program assistant with us in October.
Great. Thank you.
Welcome.
So I will not.
Just like OC, I've been working there, so that's why I'm staying here.
Well, welcome and thank you, Nathan, for all your great work, and we look forward to working with you.
Yes, next we have Terry Collins.
Good evening. So I will apologize. My 2 people that I'm introducing tonight are both online. And I told them, gave them the choice about being online or being in person. And I should have just said, please come in person. So sorry about that. I didn't know, but we want to introduce these folks because Kay Elizabeth Reed has been with us now for about 4 months, I think. And she comes to us with a strong background in higher education. She's our new program specialist too for continuing education. And I forgot to bring over our new continuing ed flyers that we're so excited about. At some point I'll run over and grab those for you. But we have a group of continuing ed classes finally for this quarter, and we're super excited about that, including ballroom dancing. right? So, anyway, Kate comes to us with a strong background in higher education. She's worked at various institutions, including University of Texas, Austin, and City University in Seattle. She holds a master's in communication and a double major in English and history. She's been learning all of the many systems we use and does a great job of organizing and processing our new continuing ed instructors. And that's made it possible for us to have this great group of classes that we've got coming out for this fall. She was born and raised in Washington State and attended Tacoma Community College for 2 years right out of high school. She says back in the before times when there was only one Tacoma Narrows Bridge. She became a non-traditional college student due to life circumstances, and although her college education was delayed, she got to experience many unique cultures across the country in places like the Bayou of Louisiana, big city living in Houston, and rural traditions in New Mexico. So Kay says she's really excited to be working for Olympic College and to be in a position to encourage others to continue the lifelong process of learning and enrichment and connecting to our fellow neighbors. So that's Kay. Okay. And she's online, I think. Is she?
Yes, we are.
Okay. Okay. Do you want me to go ahead and introduce James too?
Like the same thing.
Okay.
You didn't interview me, so.
Oh. Okay, I'll go ahead and move on to James. So James Young is our new technical design tenure track instructor out at Pacific, or at the Puget Sound Naval Shipyard. So we're super excited. James has been working for us as an adjunct since 2016, and he's a graduate of our own technical design ATA program. He's always been willing to help out where needed, and he's filled in as a full-time temporary for us several times in the past. Prior to coming back to school as an adult learner, James owned his own business as a general contractor for more than a decade. And I just wanted to read a little excerpt from his letter that he wrote for us. He says, "I am incredibly passionate and dedicated to the art of teaching. One of my greatest strengths is working with students to identify and enhance their unique academic achievement and career advancement potential. Because I've worked with students from diverse backgrounds, I'm adept at identifying students' learning needs and integrating different methods to accommodate a variety of learning styles and abilities. Based on my commitment to helping all students enhance and achieve their unique educational and career success potential, I will continue to strive for the highest standards while promoting a fair and all-inclusive environment." So that's James. We're excited to have him on board as a tenure track instructor.
Yeah, James is available.
Hey, everybody. How's everybody doing tonight? Glad to meet y'all. Glad to be a part of the team.
Great. We're delighted to have you, James. Thank you.
All right, thank you. So, gosh, welcome Kate and James. We are super excited to work with you and hope you enjoy being here on the OC team. So,
And I believe the last individual to introduce the employee tonight is Mark Carver.
Exactly.
Actually, I'm saving the best for last.
You can go for me. I think it's Lynn, but okay. Okay. So, good evening, and I'm excited to introduce two new employees who are my direct reports. So, with us tonight, we have Dr. Xuan Wong. Come on down, say hello. Dr. Wong started June 12, 2023 remotely and just recently moved to Kitsap County. Less than a month ago. Yeah. She's the new Associate Dean of Learning Innovation at Olympic College. So in that role, Xuan will supervise the Learning Innovation Division, which includes the Center for Learning Innovation and leadership in e-learning, instructional design, faculty professional development, instructional accessibility, learning assessment, and instructional media. Dr. Wong was formerly founding director of online education at Emory and Henry College, where she spearheaded and launched Emory and Henry Online. In that role, Xuan was responsible for many of the same areas she supervises here. There, she also worked in collaboration with internal and external partners, including the college's VP-DEIB, on establishing, leading, and coordinating programs that meet the needs of traditionally underserved, historically marginalized students, staff, and faculty. Siobhan held prior positions in instructional design at the University of Northern Iowa and Arizona State University, as well as fellowships at McMaster University, Carnegie Mellon University, and University of Hawaii at Manoa. Siobhan earned a BA in English from Inner Mongolia University of Science and Technology, an MA in English Language and Literature from Sun Yat-sen University, and a PhD in East Asian Languages and Civilizations from Arizona State University. Siobhan also holds several graduate certificates in areas such as computer-assisted language learning and business analytics. A native of China, Siobhan is a first-generation American and first-generation college graduate. In her free time, she enjoys spending time outdoors with her family and 2 rescue dogs. Welcome, Madam.
Thank you so much, Martin, for the warm welcome and detailed introduction. So excuse my English. I'm very happy to be here to be joining our OC family for 3 months now. I can't believe how time flies. And then my family, I are so committed to the DEI work, and especially how through the digital learning, providing the access, equity, as well as a quality education to folks from all backgrounds, regardless of their belief, their background, their country of origin, their socioeconomic status. And I'm so happy to be here, to be joining forces with Jennifer's office, as well as all the stakeholders on campus and off campus at our branch campuses. Shelton and Postville to really elevate the access and quality education and community work for folks within this region and beyond. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I'd like to thank our faculty member, e-learning faculty member Sue Riddle, who served in the interim associate dean role for more than a year and a half. And she's now back as e-learning faculty in Siobhan's department. In addition, I'd like to announce that Eva Kimball will serve as interim dean of Math, Engineering, Science, and Health. So Eva began as full-time in this position September 1st, overlapping 1 month with retiring Dean John Vaughn to provide a smooth transition for the division. As of October 2nd, she will be on her own supervising that division. Eva is not new to Olympic College. She's been full-time math faculty here since 2016, teaching courses such as Calculus 1, 2, and 3, Business Calculus, and Introduction to Statistics. Better you than both of us in this room. She's also served on numerous tenure committees, facilitated integrated learning communities, and has worked diligently to incorporate open educational resources, accessibility, and diversity and social justice into math classes. In 2023, she was awarded the Ginny Mae Moyer Faculty Award for her demonstrated commitment to student success, college service, diversity, and high academic standards, and for strong interpersonal skills and leadership. Eva earned an Oregon transfer degree from Portland Community College, a BS in mathematics from Portland State University, and an MS in pure mathematics from Portland State University. And she added in this introduction, folks on campus know me for having an office full of support, laughter, and a pot of coffee, which will continue to be the case as I serve as interim dean. Eva, welcome, and did you want to say anything to the board?
Yes, hello, it's nice to meet you. As I served as a faculty member here for 7 years, my nickname was Mama, Math Mama, which I did not make. Students started calling me that, and I hope that I can bring that same structure and passion and warmth as I serve in the interim dean role, because I really do love my faculty, the students, our staff. So, and if you ever want coffee or just want energy, come on by.
Thank you, Eva, and welcome. And then finally, I just want to acknowledge Dean John Vaughn. So John is retiring October 2nd from his role as the Dean of Math, Engineering, Science, and Health. He's been here for almost 5 years. And in that time has really served instruction well, has been a voice of patience, calm, experience. I think I can speak for the deans that they all us look to him for that experience and wisdom in the work that we do. And so I want to thank him for his years of service at Olympic College and wish him really well in retirement. Thank you.
And welcome, Eva and Shawan. You're amazing. We're so super excited to have you.
Thank you.
Excited to be here.
Okay, and I believe now, you better go.
You did it on purpose, I think. Good evening, Chair Bryant, members of the board. I am so excited to welcome Pamela Bilodeau as our new Director of Computing Services. Pam is very, very familiar with Olympic College from 2000 to 2005. She served as the IT Help Desk Supervisor and oversaw the Adaptive Technology Lab. She then moved to a tenured faculty role until 2017. Following her time at Olympic College, she was a consultant for several organizations, assisting them in onboarding new software, creating websites, and any compliance initiatives that they have. Pam has a bachelor's degree from Evergreen State College and a Master of Science from the University of Phoenix. As our Director of Computing Services, Pam will be overseeing the help desk along with desktop support services on the campus. I'm just thrilled to death to have Pamela here with us.
Thank you.
Do you want to say anything?
Well, I also really like the college and I'm very happy to be back. I actually first started working here in 1993, I think it was. I've been classified staff, I have been admin, and I've been faculty. So I bring a lot of perspective that I think can help me as I step into this role and team in IT. It's just a joy to work here. Well, welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, Ryan. All right, so we do not have a study session this evening, but I would like to take a moment to acknowledge our new board of trustees here. And so we have Mr. Mark Hughes. Mark is a huge supporter of Olympic College, having served on the board of directors for the Olympic College Foundation, and is an OC alumnus. And so we're thrilled to have Mark on the board, and I'd like to turn the floor over to trustees. Say a little bit about himself.
So I'm a fourth generation Kitsap native, and I've been an Arctic community booster. I've helped start, lead, and support a number of different nonprofits around education, health, and safety over the last couple decades. And I was actually a student here in the 90s, where I had to buy floppy disks for my calculus classes with Lotus, and so those are some fun memories to think through as everyone was sharing. I currently work for Kitsap Mental Health Services, where I'm responsible for marketing, communications, strategy, public relations, and internal communications. And as Vice Chair Brian shared, I just recently completed 10 years with the Olympic College Foundation Board, where I was past president and part of the executive committee during that entire time, where some of the things that I was excited we were able to do during that time was award over $2 million in scholarships. We increased our endowment from 12 to over 24 million and launched the OC Promise. And I'm really here because I believe in OC. It was very good to me and my family. I got my associates, and 2 of my kids got their associates through Running Start and that's recently. And I really look forward to working with my fellow trustees and all the leaders here at Olympic College to share my passion, experience, and continue to support the good work OC does for our students and our community.
We're super excited to have him more alongside us and others support the college. So moving on to the business meeting portion of the agenda, I'm going to ask the trustees, do they have anything they would like to report? Trustee
I have nothing else.
and trustee Candelario, does he have anything?
Nothing to report.
Thank you.
Just that it was nice to be on campus during your opening day's breakfast and talk to some staff and learn more about some good things happening with enrollments and looking forward to participating in our events.
And I also attended the opening day breakfast and it was really amazing, amazing. I also, we did have a board retreat, which was very informative and had a very good meeting. And thank you to Adam and Martin for setting that up for us. So we still got work to do. We're still working on some things, but we got this. And then also, I attended the Olympic College and the Western Washington University gathering they have, which was amazing. I'm hoping that they will be great partners for us in our future endeavors of transforming Tulsa into something that's exciting. Thank you, Dr. Nye. And then also the art gala was beautiful. It was wonderful. So you guys are amazing, and I'm going to say every time I'm struggle too. All right, so we're going to move right into our communication items. So communication from the public. Adam, do we have any public comment relating to action items on the agenda?
But sure, Brian,
Well, we're going to move right into our consent agenda items. So that will be the approval of the draft minutes for August 15th, 2023 regular board of trustees meeting. So what I would like to do is I'd like to entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda. Can I get a second?
Second.
A motion has been made in second that will approve the draft minutes of the August 15th, 2023 regular board of trustees meeting as presented, and also, can we do them both at the same time, or do we have to do them separate since they're in the consent?
you would have to amend your motion in order to do both, or since you've taken the original motion.
So a motion has been made in second that we approve the August 15th, 2023 regular board of trustees meeting as presented. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
All abstained.
Motion carried. All right, and so I'd like to entertain a motion to approve the minutes for June 20th, 2023 regular board of trustees as presented.
So moved.
Can I get a second?
Second.
Okay. A motion has been made in second that we approve the draft minutes for June 2023. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
And just to clarify, that was for the August 25th special board meeting. I believe there was.
I've got three of them. So I just keep going?
No, it was just the 15th and the 25th.
Okay, so we will scratch the June 20th. And we will go to August 25th. So let's do this one more time. So can I entertain a motion to approve the August 20th, 2023 special board of trustees meeting? Okay, can I get that?
Second.
Good. A motion has been made in second that we approve the draft minutes for the August 25th special board of trustees meeting. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carried. So then we're going to go down to the information and action items.
Thank you, Vice Chair Bryant, gave me Board of Trustees. In your packets, you'll have a activities calendar for the coming month. The one thing I'd like to highlight is the ACCT Leadership Congress. Those of you who are going, we're going to finalize your itineraries and get them out to you later this week. If you have any questions about that, please let me know. I also want to inform the board or remind the board that the 9th, which is a Monday, is also the Olympic College Foundation Community Luncheon. Please let me know if you'd like to attend and I'll get you registered. And for those in the audience, we encourage your attendance as well. It's a fantastic event and it supports our foundation that offers scholarships to worthy students, as trustee Hughes mentioned earlier. Any questions on the upcoming events?
Any questions for Adam? Great, thank you, Adam. Moving on to our next information item, that will be our budget update for the month ending in 2023.
We have. Angela, are you there?
Yes, good evening, Chair Bryant and the other Board of Trustees. We met with the Finance Committee on Monday, September 18th to discuss the cash on hand, the operating budget to actuals for June 2023, and the resolutions. As you look at the operating revenue and expenditure report, we collected 102% of our budgeted revenues, and our revenues were 2% more than the revenues in the previous year. We spent 99% of our budgeted expenditures, and our expenditures were 3% higher than the previous year. We currently have 46 million cash, 19 million restricted for limited use, and we have 12.5 million committed, which is unavailable for other than specific purposes, and we currently have 14 million dedicated funds allocated to specific purposes, but not committed or restricted. At this time, do you have any additional questions? Thank you.
Thank you, Angela. Ready for the next one? Okay, we have the next information item, resolution approving the use of local college reserve funds in limited fund balances.
Thank you, Chair Bryant. Good afternoon, members of the Board of Trustees. Presented in your board packets, as referenced by Angela in her previous report, is a board resolution for your approval. It is required by state statute. On June 30th of 2023, that was not only the colleges and the state's fiscal year end, but it was also the biennial year end. By statute, no state fund accounts can have a deficit cash balance at the end of the biennium. To address that situation, agencies must either close out, zero out those balances permanently, or temporarily eliminate those balances through a journal entry so that as of June 30th, there is a zero balance. In the case of Olympic College, we did a temporary journal entry to zero those balances out as of June 30th, and then reverse those journal entries in the new biennium. Listed in the resolution are the college's funds that were in deficit. Given the pressing nature of the bookkeeping entry that was required as part of our closing process, the journal was posted and reversed prior to board approval. In detail, there were 9 accounts, funds that were in deficit for a total of $7,332,591.16. Several of those accounts were in deficit as a result of timing differences in posting of balances. 2 of those accounts are auxiliary operating accounts, the printing fund and parking fund, that both are structurally in deficit at the current time. In addition, there were a number of accounts, primarily the payroll clearing account, which is an operating account that was also in deficit as a result of timing on payroll. I am happy to try to answer any questions that you have. We also have Angela Hamilton on the phone, and she and I would both be happy to try to answer any questions that you might have.
I truly appreciate you and Angela taking time to really break it down and explain it to Trustee Miller and myself, yesterday. And so, with that, I'd just like, given the straightforward nature and the necessity of this request, I would like to entertain a motion on this resolution. So I move that, I would like to move that we approve the resolution on approving the use of the local college reserve funds, negative fund balances as presented. So all I need is a second.
Second.
A motion has been made in second that we, approve the resolution on approving the use of local college reserve funds, negative fund balances as presented. Any discussion or questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? The motion carries.
Thank you, Chair Bryant, members of the board.
Moving on to
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Also before you is a resolution to approve the use of local college reserve funds for Olympic College Poulsbo as well as marketing. By way of a brief explanation, you may recall that during the summer, the college was notified by Kitsap County that we were awarded $6.5 million in ARPA COVID-related recovery money. Those monies were given on a cost reimbursement basis, meaning that we had the use of those monies, but we had to incur the expense beforehand. In order to do that, the college is proposing to fund a startup account, a startup fund with $2 million of reserve money for the purpose of incurring expenses on the OC Poulsbo campus for the health sciences programs. And then we will seek reimbursement for those expenses on a timely basis with Kitsap County and basically revolve that fund. So it'll we will incur expenses, we will seek reimbursement and maintain a balance roughly of $2 million. At the end of that process, as we've expended the whole $6.5 million, the intention, the proposal is that the college would then take that $2 million corpus, that draw from reserves, and use that as a portion of the college's contribution to the health sciences program project, and then would use that money one last time to help fund programming and other related activities for health sciences. The final piece of the resolution is to include $200,000 in one-time program improvement money for OC's general marketing and communications efforts. I would be very interested in trying to answer any questions that you have. We also have Sean Devine here, who would happily speak to any questions you might have about marketing and communications proposal that he provided.
Can we hear from Sean? Good.
Good evening, everybody. Mark, welcome. At the request of the board, I put together an enhanced marketing enhancement package that would strengthen and increase our marketing footprint in the community and beyond. And that proposal includes $45,000 for additional marketing. This would support programs like healthcare expansion. With 6+ new programs in the pipeline, we want to develop web pages and digital and print marketing collateral and all the different pieces to support programs like that. Also, new bachelor degree program, human services coming online. So all of these types of programs need additional marketing to help get them off the ground. In addition to those funds, the request also includes positions So graphic design support to help do that work. Currently, we have a single graphic designer, so any additional work we need to figure out how to accomplish it. So the marketing enhancement package includes funds for graphic design and digital content specialists. So this is one-time temporary positions to help support that work. In addition to funds to help support other marketing initiatives, including the college tour, a television show that we're filming that's streaming on Amazon Prime. So it's pretty high impact piece that we're doing.
And how much did you request, Sean?
Well, the request is for $200,000.
I had a question about the ARPA funds.
Yes,
Are they required to be spent by a specific time?
yes, the funds need to be obligated by, December of 2024, and they need to be, completely, spent by the end of, 2026, so December of 2026.
All right, with that, I'd like to entertain a motion on this resolution to approve the use of local college reserve funds and the OCT and marketing.
Second.
A motion has been made and second that we approve the use of the resolution, regarding the use of local college reserve funds and the OCP and marketing as presented. Any discussion or questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries.
Thank you very, very much.
Moving on to action item. Update to policy 300-03, student absence for reasons of faith or.
Hi, thank you, Chair Brian. So this is the student absences for reasons of faith or conscience policy. This is a policy we're required to have by state law. When it was approved with a procedure that we now want to change based on changing where that work is going to happen at the college. What we presented last month as an information item was a revision to the policy, which included the policy, but not the procedure. And so we're asking for the action item is to approve that policy again, standing alone without the procedure. We have developed the procedure, which we will implement once this revision to the policy has been approved.
Do we have a motion? For the policy 300-03.
Yeah, I make a motion that we, see policy 300-03.
Can I get a second?
Second.
A motion has been made and second that we approve the update to policy 300-03, student absence for reasons of faith or conscience as presented. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Any abstention? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mark. And that is the approval of the Bachelor of Applied Sciences degree in behavioral.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. And Adam, I believe Morel and Grace are on virtual. Yeah. So Dean Morel Cohen and faculty member Grace Jones are both on Zoom tonight, and not attend in person. We are requesting the approval of the Bachelor of Applied Science degree in behavioral health. We did present this as an information item last month. The justification is that in order to expand access to bachelor's degrees in our service area, Kitsap and Mason counties, better serve students with professional technical associate degrees, we're requesting approval to offer a Bachelor of Applied Science degree in behavioral health. The BAS in behavioral health builds on OC's current Associate in Applied Science transfer degree in substance use disorder professional, and will grow student expertise in addiction treatment, addiction prevention, case management, client, victim, and community advocacy. The degree will fill proven local and regional industry demand for a range of job titles, such as licensed mental health professional, mental health and clinical social worker, prevention professional, victim and reentry navigator, and school counselor. The degree will also prepare students for a variety of roles in the allied health field. Students who complete an ASD or an ATA degree at OC in substance use disorder or human services as well as students with similar credentials and or course preparation from other colleges would be eligible to enroll in this new program. And our hope is that with your approval and then ultimately the approval of the state board, we can begin offering courses in this degree in fall 2024. And I asked Adam to unmute Morella and Grace in case they had anything to add about the program. And I would just want to acknowledge their work. Grace has been instrumental as a relatively new faculty member. I believe this is her second year in developing this program. And also with the leadership of Dean Merle Cohen, who is interim dean and is actually out of this subject area as a faculty member.
Thank you so much. We just want to apologize for not being there in person. We should tell you that we were just in a meeting right before this one with BART, which is one of our clinical partners in the local area, supporting them in transitioning to new leadership because we do want to partner with them. The new treatment director at BART is a clinical social worker. We were actually talking to her about the synergies of her expertise and what we're thinking of for this degree. So we wanted to make sure that we could keep that meeting with her, even though we wanted to be with you in person today. So I think Martin's done a great job of summing up what we're hoping to achieve. And I think I mentioned to you at the previous meeting, we do see some great overlap between our program and the nursing program and the medical assisting program. We do work very closely with them, and we do want to leverage those partnerships to share some courses so that we can be really efficient in our course offerings financially and in terms of offering a broad spectrum of classes to our students. So thank you so much for your support.
So I would like to now to approve the Bachelor of Science degree in behavioral health.
Make a motion that we approve, approval of the Bachelor of Applied Science degree.
Second.
All right, the motion has been made and seconded that we approve the Bachelor of Applied Science degree in behavioral health as presented. Any discussion or questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any abstentions? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Mine's not nearly as exciting as the last one. So this change, currently administrators who are separated for convenience get 4 months payout and severance. This change would require that they be employed for 6 months before they're eligible. That's it.
Do I have a motion to the amendment of the administrative appointment letter?
Motion that we amend the administrative appointment letter.
Second.
A motion has been made and seconded that we approve the amendment of the administrative appointment letter as presented. Any discussion or questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right.
Thank you.
Opposed and abstentions? Motion carries. Thanks, John. All right. And I also, before we go to the report to the board, I wanted to acknowledge Jane Blackman and her team. There was a letter sent from this Committee of Technical Colleges. It said that the SBCTC would like to inform you that Olympic College met the target for fiscal year 2023. Olympic College total work first grant was within the take back policy 10% target allowance. This means the take back policy will not be applied to Olympic College work first grant. The SBCTC appreciates your college's effort to fully expend grant funding. That was a lot of work, and we appreciate that team. On to the reports to the board.
Brian, we do not have an SBOC representative here to provide a report. They'll be providing a report and in person verbal report as well.
Great, thank you. We have the Washington Public Employees Association Board report.
I was informed by Shop Stewart Downer that they have no report.
Thank you. And then we have the faculty senate report.
We have former faculty senate chair Elizabeth Briggs providing a report.
That former in there. Hi, well, I promise that this is the last time I'm going to be doing this, at least. Well, yeah, it's just gonna be the last time. So I would like to let you know, that Elizabeth O'Neill and Barbara Parker will be co-chairing the Faculty Senate for the fall. The committee plans to review the composition of the committee to make sure that it reflects the composition of the academic divisions of the college. We haven't adjusted, we kind of wanted to make sure that those things were gonna stick for a little while before we changed all of our membership. So they'll be looking at that and then looking at the charter, just to see about some of our internal procedures about hiring a chair, not hiring, picking a chair and like doing some of that. It's kind of the first time that we've used some of those policies, and there's a little bit of room to do some work there. So this change in leadership is a good time to do this look at the structure and the composition of the committee. We're excited about getting more faculty members involved, and particularly more areas of representation as things have kind of changed. So I think, I don't want to speak for her, but I think that future reports will be done by Barbara Parker. So if you have any questions or concerns, please reach out to them. I'm not going anywhere, which is part of the reason why it's also good to do a transition like this. So if I can provide any support or help, I will be happy to do that. However, I am currently drowning in trying to figure out curriculum and what's happening at the faculty curriculum committee. Thank goodness Linda still works here. Because otherwise, yeah, that would be a whole thing, but that's what I'm taking on for this year. I would like to just say a personal note, kind of about this and a little bit. I would like to thank the board for the opportunity to speak every month. I know that that was something we asked for when we wrote the charter, but I would just like to share a little bit about my experience. While I know that the makeup of the board is different now, and hopefully that's for the better, I hope that you recognize the impact that last year had. Speaking to the board and meeting with upper level administration were the two main things holding many people back from filling this role. I know that it was a complicated situation and there was a lot going on behind the scenes, but the lack of response by the board and administration to certain situations was noticed by faculty. And it wasn't just one particular meeting, there were several throughout the year that were impactful. People did not want to have the same experience that I did in certain situations. And so as the board and the faculty senate move forward, I hope that we will be careful and consider how people are treated when they present to the board and different experiences that they have. I also hope that as we move forward as a college, we look at the gender dynamics that often happen at different levels here at the college, and that we're careful and mindful about that. So thank you very much.
Thank you for all the help with that. Thank you. Next, we have the combined administrative report to the board of trustees. President Lucy, do you have anything additional you'd like to add to that report?
Well, it's a thorough report, there's a lot in it, but I'm just so ecstatic that everyone was up this quarter. I mean, we're back. If you look across campus, you actually see students walking around there. A lot of people hustle to do it, so I just like to acknowledge everyone in enrollment services throughout the college who help bring these students in, faculty who help get them in the door. As of today, head count's up 10.2%, all FTE is up 8.4%, state funded FTE is up 6.1%. It's so much better than the last few years where it looked like it was going to go up and then it's all tanked or it leveled out. So this is nice. This is a big turnaround.
Congratulations to you and I appreciate that. All right, any questions for President Lucy regarding this combined report?
Thank you.
Welcome, Trustee Gonzalez, do you have anything?
Nothing on my part, thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, with that, thank you for that report. So we will now adjourn for a brief executive session. The purpose of this executive session is to review the recommendations related to the award or denial of tenure. The executive session will last about 10 minutes, after which time we will reconvene or the executive session may be extended. We're now ready to go into our executive session.
Okay, board members in person, I will bring the executive session room, those, board members are online, including the AAP burger. I'll put you into a breakout room, accept the invite. When you see it pop up.
We have the door, Terry Cox says the
Board Chair Bryant just announced an extension of the executive session by 10 minutes. Okay.
I think to the first.
Yes. You say.
Everyone, we are now reconvened out of the executive session. We'll proceed with the agenda. So now we will go to our public comment.
Vice Chair Bryant, there is no public comments here.
Well, with that, is there anything for the good of the order? Anyone? For this meeting,